Praise the Lord. This is Talk with Rachel. Let's talk. Did you know that there's a difference between being healed and being delivered? Luke chapter 4, verse 18 says that He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted and to proclaim freedom to the captives or for the captives. So even in the mission of Christ, there is a distinction, there's a difference to heal the brokenhearted and to set free the captives. These are not the same thing, and I'm going to show you why. Most people use these things interchangeably, but in the spirit, they address different conditions. Healing deals with what was wounded, deliverance deals with what was holding you. Healing is about restoration of the soul, just like David said in Psalms 23, verse 3, that He restores my soul. Healing is the restoration of the soul. There are things people went through, things like rejection, betrayal, abandonment, abuse, words that were so heavy that they pierced in their heart. And these experiences that shaped how they see themselves and how they see others. These things leave marks, and not always marks that are visible because they are inward, but they are very real. Psalms 147 verse 3 says that He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Healing is God entering into those places and restoring what was damaged. It is the renewing of the mind. It is the mending of your emotions. It is the removal of those internal pain that keep reproducing unhealthy patterns in your life. A person who is not healed will bleed on people who never cut them. I think this is something that we always say. Stop bleeding to those who did not, hurt you or cut you. A person who is not healed will always bleed on people who did not cut them. And they will react from pain. They will laugh from fear. They will sabotage what is good for them because they are still responding to what hurt them. Healing is a process, and it requires truth and time and surrender and allowing God to go deeper into your heart, into your emotions to help you. But deliverance is very different. Deliverance is about freedom from bondage. There are things that do not just wound you, they enslave you. It's like they chain you. Things like cycles that you cannot seem to break, patterns that feel so stronger than your will. These urges, these addictions, these behaviors that persist even when you genuinely want to stop, you can't. You keep on saying, I'll never do this again, and you find yourself doing. That is not a wound, that is a cycle or a pattern, it's a bondage, it is a captivity. When you read John 8, verse 36, it says that if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed, right? So deliverance is the breaking of spiritual hold to set you free. It is God stepping in with authority and severing what has attached itself to your life. It deals with the chains, not only the pain, it deals with the captivity and slavery. When you read Mark 5, verse 15, it shows a man who was not just hurt, but a man who was bound. When Jesus delivered him, he was clothed and was in his right mind. That is deliverance, restoring order where there was oppression. But this is something that many people miss. You can be delivered and still need healing. Okay? A person can be delivered from an addiction, but they can still carry the wounds that led them there. And if those wounds are not healed, they may return to the same patterns, not because they are still bound, they are delivered, but because they are still broken. When you read Matthew 12, verse 43 to verse 45, it shows that when a spirit leaves and finds the place empty, it can return again. Why? Because deliverance without transformation and healing will always leave gaps. So both healing and deliverance are very necessary. Healing makes you whole. Deliverance makes you free. Okay. Healing removes the pain because it's like a wound that has healed, it has no pain again. But deliverance removes the power of what held you. Healing is God restoring your inner world, but deliverance is God confronting what oppressed your life. And for you to heal, you need both deliverance and healing. And this is why so many people pray for relief. You pray, God, I don't want to do this, but you still find yourself, you are still struggling. There are others who go through deep emotional work. They go to therapy and everything, but they still feel bound in some areas because they are addressing one side and ignoring the other. Christ came for both, to deliver you and to heal you, to heal what was broken and to free you from what was binding you, what was chaining you, what was making you live in captivity. And until a person submits to both the processes, deliverance and healing, you may love God sincerely with your heart, but you still live beneath the fullness of freedom that is available to you, that God has given you. Whoever the Son sets free is free indeed. You are delivered. Have you gone through the process of healing? Because whatever led you there was not erased in deliverance. If you are cut, you can still see the scar. If you did something wrong, you still wronged that person. They still have the impact of what you did to hurt them. So healing is very important as much as deliverance is. So even those people that are teaching deliverance, they're supposed to deliver and teach people how to go through the healing so that this process can be whole, so that they can be restored to becoming the person that God intended when He created them.